So as I mentioned that the first law of Mendel is depending on something called complete dominance. Complete dominance means that we have two alleles. One allele is completely dominant on the other allele or masking the effect of the other allele, which is the recessive. So if we have, or any trait in general, if we are inherited or getting one of the traits from our parents. So we said before that this trait inherited in two copies, one copy or one allele from the father and one allele from the mother. Like what? I'm just giving example, like eye color. So the eye color is the gene for eye color. But what are the alleles of the eye color gene? We said we could, or we may get, let's say, black eye color from mother, or the mother, and green eye color from father, right? So one allele, one gene from the father, one allele or one gene from the mother, we should, or we must get one from the father, one allele from the mother. So at the end, let's say that B capital, B small. So whatever, I'm getting the B capital from the mother, which is for black eye color, which is dominant in the Middle East, for example, and B small, we get it from the father because it is green eye color. In general, the eye color is controlled by more than one gene, but I'm just giving one example, or the easiest and the most obvious example for all of us. Okay, if we talk about the plant is tall or short, the height of the plant, the tallness of the plant. So if the plant is tall or short, so let's say the plant is T capital, T small. So T capital for tall plant and T small for short plant. That means the T capital, or the for the plant to be tall, it is dominant allele. That's why we write it in capital letter. Or the short one is recessive. That means less common to appear in the phenotype. So T small is recessive, and it will not appear in the first generation, as Mendel said. We are following the first law of Mendel, complete dominance. In presence of T capital, which is dominant, T small will not make any effect, or like it's absent or not present even in the genotype. So what I'm writing here is called genotype. Genotype. So when I say tall or short, in general, black, when I say the color itself, or say tall or short, so what I'm saying here, we're mentioning the physical appearance or of the trait, so it is phenotype. So I'm just revising that genotype, the genetic makeup of the trait or the organism. So when I say this plant is tall, heterozygous, that means this plant is having T capital, T small, or one allele dominant and one allele is recessive. Okay? When I say this plant is tall, the genotype, yes, here it is tall, the genotype, I'm writing the genotype. So T capital, T small, it is also tall. That means its phenotype is tall and its genotype is T capital, T capital. Okay? Here we call it homozygous. The difference between homozygous and heterozygous. I'm just quickly revising the terms. Homozygous. Homozygous homo means similar. So homozygous, so it means it has, or this organism, or for this trait, it has two similar or identical alleles. Like what? If we say T capital, it is homozygous dominant. And if I say t small, that's for short. So it is also homozygous recessive. Okay? But what about the heterozygous? If we want to mention heterozygous. Heterozygous is T capital, T small. Hetero means different. So when we have two different alleles, one dominant, one recessive in the same organism for a certain trait, so it is called what? Heterozygous, T capital, T small, or we call it hybrid. Hybrid means T capital, T small, or one capital letter, one small letter, or lowercase. Do we have any question now? About dominant, recessive, homozygous, heterozygous, phenotype, and genotype. Do we have any confusion about all of these?
Actually دي الفيرست لو بس صح؟
This is in general, we use all of these things in all of them, in all laws. For phenotype, genotype, homozygous, heterozygous, that's something common for any law. But if we talk about complete dominance only, that means T capital has an effect, but T small has no effect in presence of T capital or dominant, I mean. You understand? You got it? So that's for complete dominance. B capital is dominant, B small is recessive. That's it. So let's take the examples like Mendel mentioned. I think you remember the pea plant, and we said that we have purple flower, purple with white. So purple flower and white. Okay. So let's say the purple. Omar, okay. Omar. Okay. I know, Omar. I allow you to join. Okay. So purple, let's say R capital, R small. Is this homozygous or heterozygous? Who is going to tell me? Heterozygous. Good. Muhammad Ayman. So R capital, R small, heterozygous or hybrid? Heterozygous or hybrid. Okay. So with white, it is R small, R small. Very simple. This is the parents. Okay. If we want to get the gametes, please close your mic, turn off your mic. So again, here we need to write the gametes. We take the first letter, put it in circle, and the second letter, we put it in the circle. Again, here, same thing, R in circle, R in circle. If we do it in Punnett square, like this, it's very simple. Here we write R capital, R small. This we write it here, R small, R small. And then if we want to write the first box here, we take the first with the first, so R capital, R small. And this one with this one, R capital, R small, the same thing. Then we take R small with R small. And at the end, we have R small, R small. So what is the percentage of these organisms or these two types of flowers, white and red? Look here, how many red do we have? I'll write red, how many?
2 red and 2 white.
Very good, so 2 white and 2 red. Okay, so what is the ratio?
50-50.
50-50 or
1 to 1.
1 to 1, excellent. So 50%, if I'm asking about the percentile or percentage, 50% red and 50% would be white. Is that clear? So this is the easiest way. Okay. One of the examples that Mendel did at the beginning of his study. He started this, if you remember, like what? Do you remember the first example he did, or the first trial he did? R capital with R small, R small. Homozygous purple with homozygous white. So in that case, all the offsprings would be 100% what? Purple. You remember this?
hetero.
Heterozygous purple. Good. Do we have any question till now? Don't turn off cameras, please. Keep your cameras on. Ha, Yara, Nada. Any problem? Any question?
No.
Ala,
No, sir.
it is very clear, huh? Okay, who is going to do this example with me? If we have R capital, R small with R capital, R small. I see some are raising the twins. Who else? Kinsey. Kinsey, are you here? I will ask anyone at any time.
Yes, yeah, mister, I'm here.
Yes. Are you going to answer this?
This question, okay.
Yes.
نعمل البانت سكوير يعني ولا أحلها لوحدي؟
Punnett square. What يعني؟ ها.
اوكي فهنحط ال RR مع ال RR فهتكون 50.
What? How? Tell me. I will write what you are saying. So P, I need G, gametes. So what I write here?
هنحط ال R مع ال R capital مع ال R capital وال
No,
R
we
capital مع
first-
ال R small.
We first put the gametes, Mackenzie. R capital in circle, right, like this, right? How we
Yes.
start directly without putting gametes. If you don't do this in the exam, you lose. You lose one more. Okay, Punnett square. Let's do Punnett square. Write this. I'm doing right or not?
Yes.
Okay, so what we write here in the first box?
R capital R capital.
Okay, and down here?
R capital R small.
Okay, on the right top?
R capital R small.
Okay.
And then R small R small.
Okay, so what do we have here? How many are red? Sorry, purple.
3 for 75%.
So 3 to 1, 75% would be purple and 25% would be white. Any problem in that?
No.
I think it is clear. Any question, Habiba? Shahd? Any question?
No, mister.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. If we have the second law, if we go to or through the second law, also the first law of Mendel, we can, where that's applying something called law of segregation. Law of segregation means if we have like R capital, R small, we just like what we did, each allele would be distributed or would be segregated to one of the gametes. What does it mean? Like what I'm just doing now. Each allele, like R capital and R small, they will do what? They are distributed on gametes. So each one of these is considered as a gamete. It means R, or this one is like sperm or pollen for the plant, if you're talking about the plant. Here we have our lowercase, that is also pollen. You understand? So here we have two alleles.